Aaron, cliches aside, where is this team's confidence at right now, especially when you factor in the next man up mantra that's been there all season?
I would say very high. I think, though, more importantly, it's a hungry group. They have great aspirations of doing something really special this season, and they know there's a long way to go for that. So there's zero satisfaction. The focus that these guys have walked into the doors with every single day has been really good.
You take a look at guys like Urshela and Tauchman, Maben to a certain extent, Voigt coming over last year. Do you think the Yankees are finding these hitters, or are the Yankees making these hitters?
Look, I think first and foremost, the credit goes to the guys. It's hard to succeed in this league, and it takes special talent, special ability to apply it, generally speaking, special makeup. But I think our organization has done a really good job of kind of finding some diamonds in the rough, maybe guys that, hadn't blossomed yet, but they've done a really good job of finding value. And then I think our staff, our coaching staff and player development have done a really good job of helping the best come out of these guys. But first and foremost, it starts with having talented players.
You mentioned the work done in season. A guy that jumps out to me is Urshela. What stands out to you when you think about the in-season adjustments he's had to make to stay ahead of opponents?
Well, I think he started those adjustments last year in AAA and then over the offseason. Look, I think this is somebody that the talent is probably always there. There's always the ability to make contact, which is a skill of itself. And then I think just some subtle adjustments that he's made, creating more ground force, staying into the ground. Now, having success, watching the league make some adjustments, and him having the ability to adjust back. That's ultimately what allows you to sustain over not only the course of a season, but now moving forward in his career. As teams, as pitchers adjust, you've got to show the ability to do that if you're going to remain at a high level.
Mike Tauchman's comfort level has been night and day compared to the beginning of the season. When did you first notice him fully settling in with the confidence that he's playing with right now?
I don't know. I guess it's, probably since he's come back from the minor leagues. I think he's gone down maybe a couple different times, but this last time he came up, I think he was in a good place. I think getting every day at bats down there helped him, and then he got opportunity here and started earning more and more every day at bats. He's always had the athleticism, the strength, the strike zone awareness. Now I think he's been very aggressive at getting after the fastball and putting that pitch in play with authority, and that's allowed him to really go have big-time success now at this level.
When you look at the rotation's body of work during the regular season, there hasn't been that one guy that's been able to separate himself from the rest of the pack. What do you need to see? What does Larry, the front office, what do you all need to see in order to start making decisions for series in October?
Just guys pitching the way they're capable of, and frankly, the way they're still capable of pitching. That's the good thing about it is, there's been some ups and downs, certainly within the rotation, but all those guys are capable, and they know that. And I feel like we're starting to turn the corner there. Masa's coming off a great start, obviously. James Paxton's really starting to gain some momentum. His last few times out, Herman's been mostly terrific all season long. Hopefully Jay can get on one of those roles where he gets really locked in. I think the confidence will start to follow there, and looking forward to getting CC back in the mix here off the IL. So all guys that are capable of, they just have to trust in it and go deliver.
All that being said, with about a month and a half to go, is there an internal competition to start that game one?
Perhaps. We're obviously getting guys back in the mix. Obviously Sevy's on his way back, and Dellin obviously as well. I don't know about necessarily competition because, in the end we may do it a different way. We may go as a staff, what's our best staff to go win a game one or a game two, and on if we are able to get to that point. So I just want all those guys being at their best, hopefully, as we head down the stretch, and then we'll have a lot of good decisions to make.
Throughout the course of this year, you have genuinely shown the confidence in the players that have been up here. But with all that's transpired, what has surprised you the most about this year as a whole?
I guess the level of impact performances we've received from 40, 50 deep on our roster. And you try to account for that as best you can. You try and set that tone in spring training that it's going to take a lot of guys. But to see them buy in and for different guys from within the organization, from outside the organization that have come in and impacted us winning games has been pretty impressive.
Guys in the clubhouse have come out and said it directly. This team has played itself into potentially gaining home field advantage throughout the postseason. As the manager, when do you start to allow yourself to think about that goal?
Probably when you get down to the very end and if you're in a position to be jockeying for position and things like that. We're trying to win. You know, we're trying to win a game tonight. We want to go out and put our best foot forward. And if we can continue to rack up wins at a high rate, then maybe that takes care of itself.
It all meshes together.
Yeah.
Thank you, Aaron. Appreciate it. We'll talk to you next month.